I'm an old woman now. My hair has turned silver, my hands tremble when I pour my tea, and my steps have grown slow and quiet. But my heart still remembers. It remembers laughter echoing through these rooms, the smell of cookies baking in the oven, and the sound of small feet running across the wooden floor. Those were the days when my little grandson Noah filled this house with light. Every corner still carries his voice, soft, innocent, and full of joy. Sometimes I close my eyes and I can still hear him calling, "Grandma, where are you?" And I smile, even if my eyes fill with tears. I live in this small wooden house at the end of Maple Street. People in town call it the old house, the one with the red porch and the flower pots that always seem to be half alive, half forgotten. I planted those flowers years ago with Noah. He used to water them with his tiny hands and say, "These are our secret soldiers, Grandma. They protect your house when I'm not here." I laughed every time, kissed his forehead, and thought, maybe love really could guard us from everything bad in the world. Noah was my sunshine. After my husband passed away, it was just me and him. His parents were always busy with work, so he spent most of his childhood here, in this house, under my care. I watched him grow, from a little boy who couldn't tie his shoes to a young man who dreamed of conquering the world. I remember his first day of school, how nervous he was, and how tightly he held my hand. I remember the time he broke his arm falling off his bike, and I stayed up all night beside his bed, whispering stories until he fell asleep. Every scar, every smile, every tear, I still see it all. But time has a cruel way of changing everything. The same boy who once couldn't sleep without my lullabies slowly drifted away from my world. He grew taller, stronger, busier, and then one day he left. "I got accepted into the university, Grandma," he said, eyes shining with excitement. I hugged him tightly, trying to hide the ache in my heart. "I'm so proud of you, my boy," I told him, even though my voice trembled. Because pride and pain, they live side by side in a mother's heart, and a grandmother's too. At first he called every week. "Grandma, how are you? Did you take your medicine?" His voice made my days brighter. But then the calls became less frequent. Once a week turned into once a month. Then sometimes months passed with nothing but silence. I told myself he's busy. Young people have their lives to build. I didn't want to be a burden. I just waited. Always waited. Every morning, I still made 2 cups of tea. One for me, one for him. I still cooked his favorite apple pie on Sundays, even when I knew he wouldn't be coming. And every evening, I sat by the window, watching the street where he used to ride his bicycle. I told myself, maybe he'll surprise me this weekend. But weekends came and went, and the only visitor I had was the wind whispering through the trees. I started knitting a scarf for him that winter. Soft, warm, navy blue, his favorite color. I wanted it to be special, something that carried all the love I could no longer say out loud. Each stitch was a memory. His laughter, his hugs, the way he'd fall asleep on my lap while I read him stories. I whispered his name with every thread. I imagined the day he would walk through that door again, and I'd wrap it around his neck, just like I used to when he was a child. Days turned into weeks. Winter deepened. The snow outside glowed like silver under the streetlights, but inside my home, it felt colder than ever. One night I sat by the fire with the scarf in my lap, half finished. The flames danced softly, and the clock ticked louder than usual. My body felt tired, heavier than before. I looked at the window one last time and whispered, "He'll come this Christmas." I know he will. I must have fallen asleep in that chair. My hand still holding the yarn, my eyes closed peacefully, and somewhere between the ticking of the clock and the crackle of the fire, I drifted away. When Noah came a few days later, it was already too late. He found the door unlocked, the fire long gone, the house silent. He called my name. Once, twice, but there was no answer. On the rocking chair by the window, he found the scarf, still in my lap, and a small folded note beside it. I had written that note days before, just in case. "My dearest Noah, if you're reading this, it means I couldn't wait any longer. But that's all right, my boy. Don't cry for me. You gave me the happiest years of my life. This scarf is my gift to you. Every thread carries a memory of our laughter, our stories, our love. Keep it close, and you'll never be alone. And remember, my dear, never let the people who love you feel forgotten. Love doesn't ask for much, just a little time." They say he cried for hours that day. He stayed in that house all night, holding the scarf close to his chest, whispering my name the way he did when he was little. The neighbours told me. He didn't leave until sunrise. After that, Noah changed. He started visiting the town more often, helping others, spending time with people he'd long ignored. Maybe my silence taught him something my words never could. You see, love doesn't fade when someone leaves. It lingers in the air, in the rooms they touched, in the things they left behind. I may be gone now, but I still live in his heart, in the warmth of that scarf, in every memory he carries.